Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have more comedy on the agenda for you, and this is Richard Pryor, and he's got a nice little red suit on that I'm digging already.
You're digging the red suit from a distance here, right?
I love it. Yeah.
What's your familiarity with Richard Pryor, Samantha? Zero.
Zippo. I've heard you mention the name before, but I have no idea anything about him.
So there was a period of time when I was much younger where I got into some stand-up comedy. I was on HBO, and they had some comedy specials here and there, like Chris Rock and George Carlin I saw a couple of his. And I remember hearing other comedians say Richard Pryor's name, and I think I remembered seeing maybe a set of his. So I know he's looked upon in the comedy world as one of the legends and was very influential on other comedians that came about.
One of the OGs.
And I think a part of that was not being afraid to touch on any topic out there, and being one of the first comedians to break boundaries, so to speak.
Cool.
But you guys are probably more of an expert on Richard Pryor than I am, but that's what I know, Samantha. So I know a little bit more than what you know. And this is live on Sunset Strip, the Sunset. Say that so many times fast. Live on the Sunset Strip, 1982. So we're traveling back in time on this one, over 40 years. So I don't know how long his comedy career lasted for, because I can't recall anything that was really relevant over the past couple of decades. He passed away at the age of 65, I think. He did have some issues with addiction as well. So that's what the backstory is of Richard Pryor. Give us more insights down below.
Yeah.
Let us know if you want us to see more from I think there's a few clips of the Sunset Strip. I don't know why I cannot say that.
SSS.
There's a few clips from this performance that are on YouTube. So if you guys want us to check out more from him, let us know down below. Anyways, enough with the chit chat. Let's check out Richard Pryor for the first time for you. And it's been a long time.
The
for
red
me.
suit in action.
I think the only brave thing I might have ever done in my life was once I worked at a Mafia Nightclub in Youngstown, Ohio. I was 19. I was 19 years old, right?
Great
and
video
I didn't know
quality.
shit about the Mafia. My father was the baddest motherfucker I'd ever seen. So the Mafia didn't mean shit to me. I did not relate to the Mafia. Right? And I worked with this lady, Satin Doll. She was the star of the show. Beautiful black stripper, right? Because usually in those days, they had like, in clubs, they had a singer and a stripper and an MC. I was the MC. And she was the first black star I ever met, Satin Doll. Yeah, because Duke Ellington had written a tune about her. You know, that's what she used to dance to and act. She was beautiful. She was 60 then. Oh, this bitch was fine though, man. I'm not lying. Lena Horne didn't have shit on her. And she was crying backstage, you know. And then I got to get to Buffalo. They won't pay me. I said, who won't pay you? Club owners. Well, I said, oh, that motherfucker gonna pay me. Bet that.
Bet that.
And now, this is how ignorant I was. I had a cap pistol. You know them blank starter pistols? I busted into the office with this motherfucker in my, all right, give me the money, motherfucker. Doing my best black shit, you know. You know, that shit usually scare Whitey to death. And these motherfuckers didn't do nothing. And I'm sure that those men are sitting in that room today laughing. Because that's what this dude, he just started laughing. This fucking kid. Hey, wait a minute. Hey, Tony, come here. Wait a minute, Rich, do the gun again. Hey, Tony, come here. Stick up. This fucking kid, come here, you fucking kid. He's got a pair of goosies on him, huh? Fucking kid, come here, goddamn. They like to hug you and rub you. Come here, fucking. And grab your face, you got them. No, sitting there. This fucking kid got some goosies. And they always say shit you don't understand. You know, like, hey, you want a little cosino with me? Hey, Paolo, fix him a little monosala. Put some struzzi on. Fry it up. They like fried foods. Fucking kid, he come in here. He come in here, had a gun, and fucking kid, non ci prende my gun, Pay everybody off, pay them off. It's all right, they're gonna have time. They paid everybody off, let everybody go, and kept me. Like a pet. I fucking like this kid, this fucking You got family? Well, you got family now. Who is it? Carmine, tell him I call him back. Tell him it's a stick up.
His laugh impression is killing me. I can just picture this mobster, Italian mobster.
I feel like the impression is so spot on.
Yeah, I don't think you can get much more Italian mafia than that. And what are your thoughts on Richard 3 minutes in, or introduction to his style of comedy? Because I know you're particular on the style of comedy that you find, some of them you find funny, but others you find are funnier.
I like him. I think in this one at least, he's just doing a really great job at storytelling, right? And I think that's like an aspect that I do love in comedy.
Yeah.
I think also for me too, like I can relate to this a little bit. I do have an Italian heritage on one side of my family, so.
You're a part of the Italian mafia?
No.
She didn't tell me that, guys.
But my mom often makes reference to that. She thinks that her dad had some mafia friends. So there was a little bit of that back then. I also at one point worked with a bunch of Italian people, and this is how they all talked. So
Yeah.
This reminds me of that a little
My
bit.
experience with Italians would have been through football, but
Yeah.
European football, that is. And so it's just funny though, like, at this time period, how it seemingly was more acceptable to play on these cultural differences.
Yes.
Because he even made mention, he threw in, cook this up, and they like fried foods. Right?
Fry it up. They like fried food.
Yeah, so he's playing on both the African American and the Italian side of
Yes.
things, right? And making it come across in a funny way that nobody finds offensive,
like playing on the cultural differences.
yeah, which is refreshing that you can have these fun, lighthearted conversations about the differences that we all have, because they all exist, right?
Yeah.
You got family? Well, you got family now. Who is it? Carmine, tell him I call him back. Tell him it's a stick up. And these motherfuckers start telling murder stories. Hey, you remember when Guzzi? Hey, remember when I made my fucking bones? Me, I had to go in. It's Cleveland, right? Fucking Teamster. Big mouth, hurt a lot of people, right? Ice pick's my thing, Rich. So we fucking had to drive down. Me, Johnny Salami, the Gabuzzo brothers. They own the funeral parlor. You carry, we bury. Come here, you fucking kid. So we take this jerk off out bowling, drive him around, get him a few drinks. Say, hey, let's get some broads, right? A little motel we had set up. Remember the Johnny? So we take him around. He gets kind of stoned, drops his glass. I say, now, I pop him with the fucking ice pick, right? I'm popping this cocksucker, blood squirting every which way. And I'm stabbing. He's, oh God, don't kill me. Oh, fuck you, you guinea cocksucker. And the fucking ice pick breaks. I'm standing there with a fucking piece of wood in my hand. I said, Johnny Salami, what do I do? Johnny says, wait till it melts, asshole. Those were the good old days. What's the matter, Rich? You don't look so good. Hey, Paolo, give me a little Sinini Pro. You got a way home? You want us to give you a ride? Don't go out with the mafia. Because you can't buy them dinner. If the motherfuckers they always like to take entertainers to dinner. And they take you to dinner and they pick up.
It's been so long since I heard him speak, I almost forgot what his natural voice was like.
Yeah, because he's doing the imitation. Yeah.
And it's so different than his actual voice.
Yeah.
You got a way home? You want us to give you a ride? Don't go out with the mafia. Because you can't buy them dinner. If the motherfuckers like, they always like to take entertainers to dinner. And they take you to dinner and they pick up the check all the time, right? And if you get mad, you know, you say, let me buy the check tonight. God damn it, you guys buy me dinner every night. Hey, the kid, let me tell you something. We're crime. And crime don't pay. The mafia people are weird people because they appeal. They appeal to your intellect. They do. The motherfuckers appeal said, you're an intelligent person, aren't you? And you realize that it's very difficult to walk without knees. And one time I was in a room with one of these motherfuckers, and I don't know how to describe. You ever seen a face just turn to stone? I mean, I was talking to the man, and somebody was over here talking about something that had pissed him off that he was going to deal with, and it went from a nice conversation to me, and a stone thing came over his face. It was like, and a chill went through my fucking body. I said, this motherfucker's dead. I'm looking at a dead man that walks around. Because it was just stone, man. It wasn't no compromise. There was nothing in there where you could go. There wasn't none of that in the face. And I said, boy, that's a look I'd like to get. Just to whoop on a motherfucker, you know. Just say, what? Remember that in The Godfather? I mean, that to me was the most chilling line in the world when the guy said, hey, can you let me off, just for old time's sake? And the guy said, boy, that had to be the coldest shit in the world. Because the motherfucker said, and you got to get in the car with him, then you got to beg some more in the car. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna stop begging, you know that. The motherfucker long got some breath in his body. You get in the car, you start about, hey, Jeff, I remember when I showed you how to drive. Jeff, you know. No, Italian people all Italian people are not in the mafia, whether you believe it or not. They're not, really. Most of them work for the mafia, but they're all not in the mafia.
That was Mafia Nightclub, Richard Pryor.
That was good.
You like that?
Yeah, that was funny.
So you'd like to see more from Richard Pryor?
I think he does good impressions, good storytelling.
Yeah, he does.
Thumbs up for me.
What I found was interesting too, this is from 1982, and he used the term cold. That must have been cold. You know, that was the coldest thing or whatever, which is a prevalent slang term now.
Yeah.
Being recycled 40 years later.
Fair.
And he also said, bet that.
Yeah.
And people are saying, you know.
Bet. Yeah, they still say
people
that.
just say bet now.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's a similar slang term that's coming to be used again 40 years later. So maybe we're going through this cycle again where we start to revamp fashion trends and slang usage and all that stuff.
Yeah, I feel like that happens, right? Like it's almost like something will become popular and then it'll go away for a bit, but it'll always make a comeback.
So we're going back to the 80s. So I need to start studying the 80s more so I can get ahead of the curve and the trends so we can jump on it on YouTube.
Are you going to bring some 80s hair?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe I'll. There are people I'm seeing that are having this like perm look coming back. So
I haven't been following that as much lately, so I'll have to look into that.
Anyways, guys, clearly we enjoyed that. That was funny. I enjoyed it as well. And
it's funny that you say that though, because I just thought about it, and there's this whole like mob wife fashion trend right now.
Okay, what is a mob wife?
I don't know. It's like dressing with like big fur jackets and like chains and sunglasses, and like that's like a thing.
So how does that affect me? What's the husband do?
I don't know.
I'm supposed to start wearing suits again?
I guess. Maybe you can get a red one like Richard.
All right, well, I'll work on that while Sam works on her mob wife. We're not married, but you could say we are. And I'll just call her wifey from now on, and that'll be fitting.
Next time you guys see me, I'll be in a big fur coat and sunglasses.
Yeah, and that'll be our Halloween costumes, maybe. Anyways, clearly we enjoyed Richard Pryor. He was great, very funny. And,
Yeah, I really enjoyed that.
if you want us to check out more from the show, which I think is a good idea, and we may not wait for your approval on that, we may just go ahead and do it anyways. Just let us know down below in those comments. Make sure you hit the like button if you enjoyed this one. Make sure you subscribe. You come back tomorrow, and we got 2 more videos coming. We'll see you then.
Thanks for watching.